All right, buckle up, because this is one of those Formula One stories where the FIA, power, and performance collide, and the consequences could completely redefine the 2026 grid. What if I told you McLaren's biggest problem isn't speed, it's trust? Behind closed doors, after a brutal title fight, Oscar Piastri is quietly pushing McLaren to rethink its internal rules, a move that could completely change how the team lets its own drivers race. At the same time, 2026 technical secrets are already leaking. Teams are making radical suspension calls, and Williams is betting everything by skipping a crucial test. This isn't off-season noise. This is the foundation of the next era of Formula One being built in real time. And it all starts with McLaren's most controversial internal rulebook. During the winter, Oscar Piastri confirmed something massive. McLaren has gone through an internal review of the so-called papaya rules. These rules, first made public in 2024, were designed to keep the peace between teammates. No contact, no internal chaos, no championship implosions. It sounds reasonable. Until 2025 happened. Because last season, Piastri wasn't just playing a supporting role, he went head-to-head with Lando Norris for the World Championship. And according to the Australian, those rules didn't just protect the team, they hurt his title fight. Let's rewind to the Italian Grand Prix. Lando Norris suffers a slow pit stop, something teams usually shrug off as part of racing. Piastri is right behind him. Then comes the call. McLaren tells Oscar to give the position back before he's allowed to race freely. You can hear the frustration over the radio, because in previous discussions, Piastri had been told that a slow stop was simply part of the race. Even so, he complies. No argument, no public drama. But that moment, it stayed with him. Now fast forward to Singapore. The start. Turn 2. Lando Norris forces Piastri off the track and takes the position. This time, no order to give it back, no intervention, no orange correction. From that moment on, the tension was impossible to ignore. Piastri's pace dropped. The title fight slipped away. Norris went on to become world champion. And to make things worse, Max Verstappen passed Piastri in the final standings, leaving Oscar third in the championship. And here's the most interesting part. Piastri doesn't accuse. He doesn't burn bridges. He doesn't create public drama. Instead, he does something far more powerful. Speaking to Channel 9, he said, "This gets talked about a lot, but behind the scenes, it's much smaller than it looks." Then came the key line. "We have our ways of racing, and that changes all the time. We've done a review." That's not denial, that's confirmation. McLaren now has a decision to make. Keep the rules exactly as they are, or adjust the system before racing resumes. One thing is clear, the intentions were always right, but if we need to adjust a few details to make life easier, we will. Translation: the papaya rules may stay, but not in the same form. If you're enjoying this deep look into the politics shaping Formula One's future, hit the like button. It really helps the channel and tells YouTube you want more insider F1 content like this. Now, let's talk about the technical bombshells coming in. 2026. McLaren Performance Technical Director Mark Temple has just shut down one of the biggest myths surrounding the 2026 cars. A lot of people in the paddock believe teams are choosing pushrod suspension because it's the new trend. Why? Because the Audi R26, the first 2026 car to complete a shakedown, showed up with a dual pushrod setup at the front. Speculation exploded, but Temple stopped it immediately. According to him, this isn't about trends, it's about aerodynamics and nothing else. Temple explained that pushrod and pull rod have coexisted in Formula One for years. The real difference in 2026, the front wings are completely new, and with active aerodynamics, drivers will be able to adjust flaps on both the front and rear wings, reducing drag and boosting straight-line speed. That means the front wing, front suspension, and overall aero platform all have to work as one integrated system. Temple put it simply, it's a decision entirely driven by aerodynamics. From a mechanical standpoint, both systems are relatively easy to execute. In other words, the winners of 2026 won't be decided by engines or clever suspension tricks, but by who understands airflow better than everyone else. Now comes the biggest gamble of all. Williams will not take part in the first winter test in Barcelona. Yes, you heard that right. Due to delays in the FW48's development, the team chose to give up valuable track mileage. Risky? Absolutely. But Alex Albon made one thing clear. This is part of the plan. Williams says it's pushing performance to the absolute limit. Instead of Barcelona, the focus shifts to virtual track programs, extensive simulations, and full preparation for Bahrain and Melbourne. Albon admitted, "This isn't how we wanted to start the year," but he followed it with a telling line. These things happen when you're pushing the limits. This isn't an excuse. It's a team betting everything on 2026. Now, connect the dots. McLaren is rethinking how it manages its drivers. The 2026 cars are being shaped almost entirely by aerodynamics, and Williams is sacrificing early data in search of bigger gains. This isn't a quiet off-season. This is Formula One quietly redesigning its future. If McLaren softens the rules, if Piastri gets more freedom, and if 2026 really resets the grid, who benefits more, the team or the driver who's finally being unleashed? Drop your opinion in the comments, because this debate is only just getting started.